At the Vatican, tourists always abound, and rich history is in plain sight. Never before, though, has the heart of the Catholic Church tackled so openly its sinister side. This week, attracting a different kind of visitor. Survivors of clergy abuse now feeling emboldened, showing up even though they weren't invited.
We're not here to destroy the church. We're here to rewrite the course of the church.
The first time Leona Huggins came to Rome from British Columbia, she was still ashamed of the sexual assaults she had suffered at the hands of a priest.
I was absolutely terrified being here. Even thinking about it, it brings back the emotion.
If anything, this unprecedented global summit is helping survivors shake the taboo they lived with for too long. But what else will it achieve? The Pope told bishops the church needs concrete measures to fight sexual abuse, and that's where Canada might come in. Ever since the inquiry 3 decades ago into the notorious case of Newfoundland's Mount Cashel orphanage, Canadian Catholics have been working to prevent clergy abuse. Yes, long before it became a worldwide concern.
Most of the cases we have are cases from the past, abuse. But I'm not saying that there is nothing happening right now.
Now, a strategy developed for Canadian bishops is being discussed at the Vatican as a model to follow elsewhere. It's a clear set of protocols to put victims first, though critics say there's little sign of that.
Survivors aren't a part of the discussion, we're lobbying outside.
Gemma Hickey just got off the plane from St. John's, Newfoundland, eager to gain strength from meeting others who were also sexually abused by priests. Hickey's even hoping a personal letter to the Pope will lead to an audience with him.
I don't know how the church is going to move forward by keeping the doors closed, by keeping us out of the discussion, and we're the ones that are affected by it.
For now, survivors are leaning on each other, gaining the voices that went silent for years, and getting the support, they say, that never came from the church. Thomas Daigle, CBC News, Rome.
This subject generates some powerful emotions. This morning in Poland, hours before the summit opened, 3 men quietly toppled a statue of a priest honored for his anti-communist activism. He died in 2010 and has since been accused of being a predator. The vandals placed children's underwear and an altar boy's garment on the statue to symbolize the suffering of children. Now, Canadian Cardinal Mark Ouellet spoke yesterday with CBC News. Here's a bit more of what he had to say about the sexual abuse of children by priests.
We were not aware 25 years ago of the depth of the pain and the consequences of these abuse on children. For example, we thought, that with some 25 years ago, with some correction, it was possible to return to ministry. In fact, we've learned that it is much more serious than we expected. And so now, when it is submitted and somebody is convicted, he is expelled from ministry, when you have a real case of pedophile.
In recent months, about half of U.S. Catholic dioceses have tallied up lists of credible accusations of abuse against priests and others in the church. The total exceeds 2,600 accused predators over the decades. That's not victims, that's abusers. The church in Canada hasn't released numbers, but a blog called Sylvia's Site tracks accusations through news reports and court records. It lists 373 Canadian clergy.